My name is Jennifer Weldon. I'm the Chief Financial Officer at MultiCare Capital Medical Center. My husband, Derek Weldon, is a teacher at Olympia High School, and so I came to be aware of the Principal's Emergency Fund and the foundation and the resources for children through his work experience, and we've tried to remain involved with that and help where we can. I am a mom, and I'm fortunate that my children don't need access. Sorry. As a child, I had a very different life. And I was homeless for the first 6 years of my life. And I'm really, really blessed to have my mother's family. My mother died in a car accident when I was a newborn baby. And my father was an addict. And he was a high-functioning addict and did the best he could. And my mother's family became aware of the situation, but not until I was about 6, despite being present in my life. And so I was very fortunate to have them, and they took me in. And I'm really a product of a village to raise a child. And so, but we were still poor. And I was raised by my grandmother primarily, and she worked very, very hard to support me and support everything that I needed. And to provide, but I did without for a lot of things. And I'm very passionate from a personal place. Children who are hungry or need access to care or that are cold, because it's all very real, even, nearly 35 years later in my life. If something like the emergency fund had been available for me that we could have tapped into, I'm not saying my life would have been better, but I would have had, I would have been more comfortable. I would have had clothes to wear that, didn't come from a garage sale. Or I very vividly remember not having food in the summer and having, to eat salted ice to feel full. And so children that are hungry or that need clothing, just to have a safe space to learn. It's very difficult to learn when you're hungry or cold. And so I'm super passionate about it, I'm sorry. And then in my career as a healthcare executive, you learn more and more. I'm non-clinical. I don't provide bedside care and won't pretend to know what that is like. But what I can tell you is that the impact of the social determinants of health on the entire population, but children that are still developing, is critical to their success in the future. And we as a community, I think, are called to make sure that our children have what they need so that they can learn, so that they can provide for themselves and their families. It's the only way to break the cycle of poverty. And the Principal's Emergency Fund is more than just paying somebody's light bill or buying a jacket for a kid in the winter. It keeps them from getting pneumonia. It keeps them from hospital bills that pile up, or needs to go to the doctor, and then the parents have to take off work and then perhaps lose their job. It's just the proverbial ripple in the pond goes really, really far when you start at the beginning.